Welcome, everyone. My name is Chimoge, and this is Chimoge's Comments America. Today, I'm going to be doing another commentary reaction for you guys. I'm going to be reacting to an NBC News video about congressional leaders getting the classified documents that Presidents Trump and Biden and former Vice President Mike Pence allegedly had access to illegally. But anyway, thank you for those of you who've joined me today. Please like the stream and share it with people you know. And we're going to go ahead and begin. First, though, let me go ahead and let everyone on my community tab on YouTube know that I've begun. Then also I'm going to tweet out the link on Facebook and Twitter. Send out the link, rather. Only tweet on Twitter. Once again, sorry, guys, for the delay. This live was originally supposed to happen at noon today, but this morning, unexpectedly, I wasn't feeling well. Woke up, some stuff happened. Wasn't feeling well. It's really weird, hard to explain, but long story short, saw something that gave me a reaction because I'm an empath. For those of you who are also empaths out there, can take on energy really easily. So I saw something that kind of just messed with me, made me feel sick. I had to lie down. But anyway, sometimes that happens. So I originally pushed it back to 2, but I kind of missed, again, the 2 p.m. Second start time I put out there. Just some stuff happened slower than I thought it would. So again, sorry about that. I really am trying not to waste y'all's time. In the future, what I'm going to do, I'll make the official announcement for this in the community tab and on Facebook. But in the future, what I'm going to do for the monthly live stream is I'm going to tell you what day I'm going live. And then I'll give you a tentative time, but then it'll just be known it's tentative. And then before I go live, I'll let you know. I think that's just probably what'll work best for my rhythm. But then that way also, your guys' time won't be wasted because you'll know ahead of time. So that's what I'm going to do. But again, sorry, I didn't do that this time. So sorry for the delay. But anyway, let me go ahead. Let everyone know that I am around. Hold up. On YouTube, for some reason, I was seeing an error message. What is that about? No, okay. We're live. Really am trying not to waste. Yeah. There we go. All right. It's currently 333, an angel number. So we right on time. Okay, we are right on time. We're all right where we need to be. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Live on YouTube right now. Also, some other big news today. Fox News fired Tucker Carlson, and on the same day, CNN fired Don Lemon. Ain't that crazy? I think it's clear that Fox fired Tucker Carlson because of his involvement in the whole Dominion scandal. For those of you who don't know, Dominion is the company that handled electronic ballots in the 2020 election, and Fox was out here spreading false information that the election, that Trump lost the election because it was rigged, and that the electronic ballots were used to rig the election. There's been no proof of this. And again, in the future, I'm gonna I might just because I want to be well, I was gonna say I want to be respectful of certain platforms' terms of service. Talking about the 2020 election can be dicey, but I think there's a way for me to do it. I might edit the video to make it appropriate for each platform. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the 2020 election and those rigging claims at some point. Yeah, but anyway. But anyway, the reason Tucker Carlson's name was in that is because in some of the texts that were leaked, Tucker Carlson was admitting that he didn't think the election was rigged. And of course, Dominion sued Fox for either libel or misinformation. I forget the legal term, but basically they sued Fox for lying on them. And that was one of the key pieces of proof. And before it went to trial, Fox settled with them for, I think it was 784, was it million or billion? I don't know if it was million or billion. Let me check for y'all. Or 787. The number I kept seeing was 787. Fox News settlement. No, it was a $787 million settlement. So Fox, to avoid getting convicted of libel, they settled with Dominion out of court for $787 million, and I think because of that, somehow related to that, they decided to fire Tucker Carlson because he was one of the chief people who put him in a position where they had to do that. Now, obviously, he did everything he did with the permission of the network, right? Because I think even those texts, he was talking with Fox News execs. So, there's no way the execs are less guilty than he is. So it looks like they're making him the fall guy. And maybe as part of the settlement, they had to fire him. Or maybe if, even if that wasn't officially part of it, if they hadn't fired him, it would be more likely that they'd actually get taken to court and then, get sued and convicted even further. I don't know. And also, I think Tucker was probably the most far-right guy left on Fox. So it was making them look bad in the mainstream media. And, I don't agree with conservatives. I don't like Fox. I don't like the far-right. But with that being said, they do make some valid criticisms about liberals and the left that you won't hear in mainstream media. And I think Tucker was getting more into those criticisms than anyone else in the network, right? And obviously liberals, obviously, you guys who've been watching know it's the Puritans, but the liberals, right, who are run by the Puritans, are the most powerful group of people on earth. So, I think once Tucker started upsetting them, it made it harder for Fox. Even though Fox is always kind of against them, they can only go so far. So I think because Tucker was going too far, I think they also wanted to let him go. And again, those criticisms that Tucker and other far-right people make, it's laced with a lot of racist BS, a lot of just anti-immigrant nonsense, just racism on a much deeper level. But nonetheless, right, the liberals don't hate him because he's racist. They're racist too. It's just he's not racist in the way they wish he was racist, right? Because two racists can have two different agendas. Two racists could go two different ways with their racism. But anyway, so that's an interesting development. That's something to watch if anything else comes out about that. And with Don Lemon, That firing surprised me even more. Um, Not because it didn't look like Don Lemon was gonna get let go eventually, because there have been lots of controversies with him in the last few months on CNN, and there's a lot of bad press. So that was kind of suggesting he's on the ropes. There was news that his CNN colleagues were unhappy with him. You know, white colleagues were unhappy with him. He's black. So that looked like he was on the ropes. But I expected it to be a thing where he'd get to the end of his contract and he wouldn't be renewed. Especially because there wasn't one thing he did that was like, oh, based on the standards of society, the mainstream media, he has to be fired right now, right? At least like that we know of so far, right? So for him to be just fired, and especially on the same day as Tucker Carlson, unexpected and ironic. But hey, life comes at you fast. Life really comes at you fast. Ooh, someone else liked. No, this is a bot. Got excited. I saw another like on my tweet promoting the live stream already, but it was a bot. Arrest Bola Tinubu now is trending on Twitter. man, Ebo's online. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, let me just put this out on Facebook, and then we'll begin. Hold up. Is that a Childish Gambino song? I forget. What on earth is this? I just saw something crazy on Facebook. Don't worry, guys. I am getting to the reaction. I'm getting there. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Na 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 na. Patience is a virtue. Na 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 na. Patience is a virtue. I am live on YouTube right now. Ooh 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 ooh. Na na hoo. Hoo 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 hoo. Ya na na na. Hoo 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 hoo. Ha ha ha. Hoo 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 hoo. Ha na ha ba ba. Boo doo 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 doo. Bum ba 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 ba. Himba hoo hoo hoo. Bra ba ba ba. Why isn't it on my story? Facebook. You're such a janky website. Ooh 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 ooh. Or is it my AT&T? AT&T. Why do you do this to me? AT&T. Your connection is bad. AT&T. Why do you hurt me like this? AT&T. You blow up my heart like a TNT. AT&T. You blow up my heart with your slow connection. AT&T. Shy. AT&T. 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 TT. AT&T. This nonsense I had to deal with last week won't allow me to share to my story on the general company account, but okay, let me not let Facebook ruin my day. Let me just post on the community tab. Hold up. Okay. All right, let's go. Let me just pull up the video, guys. It's a short video, but those of y'all who've watched my commentary actions before, either on here or on Chimoge's comments, know that I can do a little with a lot. Okay, I can talk about a 2-minute video for like 40 minutes. I did that with the video of Ben Shapiro talking to Bill Maher. Those of you who haven't seen that on Chimoge's comments, go check it out. One of the first videos I did, probably almost a year ago now, actually. Maybe a little over a year at this point. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Google Drive. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Christ have mercy. Ooh, oh, wow, wow, round, round, Raoul, I score like Raoul in 2000. I'm a boss at the top of my game, but this ad here cramps my style now. But we can begin with the fame. Okay. Finally got it up. Let me make my beautiful face a little smaller. Show y'all the display caption. Share my screen. Okay. Now you can see what I see. Alright. Okay, folks, let's get ready. Let us begin. Yeah, let's begin. First, let's go through this ad. Oh, isn't that so cute? Okay, here's the beginning of the video. Just for some Alright, let's go full screen. Then let's go. Let me just give you all some context for those of you who at least haven't heard about this story before, or maybe forgotten the details. So several months ago, and I covered this on my channel, several months ago, President Trump, former President Trump, was accused of illegally having classified documents, right? So obviously the President of the United States and other top officials, they get access to classified documents. However, they're not supposed to take them out of certain areas, and they're not supposed to have them once they leave office, right? Or if they do, they have to go through some special protocol, but they can't just take them, right? But apparently Trump just had them at his personal residence, which he wasn't supposed to. So he got raided by the FBI. They found these documents. It was a big scandal. Still is a big scandal, but there were calls for him to be indicted over that. Some people were saying that they thought he would get indicted. If you guys are familiar with, unfortunately, I don't like the podcast, but you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. If you're familiar with the Fresh and Fit podcast, the guy Fit the kind of lighter skinned Sudanese guy. Or is he fresh? No, that one is fit. Anyway, the one whose name is Myron Gaines, right? He's also a former, he says, FBI employee, I guess, FBI agent. So I saw one video of him, and I think he was talking to, like, was it Destiny and Sneeko? Yeah, I think he was talking to them, and he said that based off of his knowledge, it looked like the feds were going to indict Trump for that document scandal, right? And he said that as someone who is pro-Trump, right? So I was like, oh, they could indict him for that, arrest him, all this stuff. But then later it came out that Joe Biden had done the same thing. So President Biden also had some classified documents at a personal residence, or something of that nature. Basically had them somewhere he wasn't supposed to have them. And then additionally, either before or after it got leaked that Biden had that, it was exposed that Pence had that, had done the same thing. He also had classified documents. And Pence, even though he's a Republican and he worked under Trump, the establishment likes him a little bit more than Trump, just because he didn't go all the way in with Trump. Trump's people hate Pence now, right? So because two people that the establishment, as in the really center right and center left, let's say, both like, especially Biden, because he's literally the Democratic president of the U.S., had been exposed doing the same thing Trump was doing. They could no longer get Trump for that, right? And I even saw a headline that came out saying, "Oh, why it's actually normal to for politicians to have classified documents. Why politicians actually have classified documents all the time. It's not a big deal." Right? So they had to whitewash it after Biden got exposed for doing the same thing Trump did. But anyway, that's the background for this. But they're still investigating it because none of these people were supposed to do that based on U.S. law and political norms. So yeah, that's the background for this story. So it looks like recently, this video is from, because obviously today as I'm streaming, it's April 24th, 2023. This said the video's from 13 days ago, so that would be like April 11th. So about 2 weeks ago, congressional leaders finally gained access to the documents that Trump, Pence, and Biden had that they weren't supposed to have. So they're reviewing their contents to just see how bad their mistake was. But okay, let's begin watching. Hold up. Sorry, let me get rid of these closed captions. Again, there you have it. There's the key thing. They had the documents after they left office when they weren't supposed to, because obviously all of these men at one point were in office and then were out of office. And then in Biden's case, he went in office again, but for 4 years he was neither president nor vice president, right? So sometime in that period he had classified documents he's not supposed to have. And then Pence and Trump, neither of them have been reelected, and at some point after they left office they had classified documents. The one other thing to add that I didn't add before is that even though right now Biden is obviously loved, at least he has to be defended a lot by the Democrats because he's their president. There have been reports and some indications that they're turning on Biden because Biden's a very unpopular president. And I mean, he's pushed a lot of their agenda, but he hasn't done it without upsetting most Americans. And then, of course, he's not very articulate. He looks like his mind isn't all there. So, long story short, there's a pretty reasonable chance that the Democrats, after a while, are going to throw Biden to the side to get a leader who's more effective at pushing their agenda. Because there's indications that Biden might try and run again in 2024. So it's possible that to prevent that, the Democratic establishment will get Biden trapped up in a scandal that'll prevent him from running again, right? So this might be it. They can't use, for example, the Hunter Biden scandal because they so clearly covered that one up in 2020. So if they got Biden for that, they would be, admitting their own guilt as well. But this document scandal, at least so far, it doesn't look like the Democratic establishment in general had anything to do with it. So if they decide to turn on Biden, and I don't think they fully decided to do that, I think there's a debate among them about what to do, both the elite Democrats and the rank and file, because also the elites are going to take into account what rank and file Democrats want. But I don't think they fully decided to cast Biden off. But if in the end they decide, you know what, this guy's got to go, I think they will use this document scandal. And the perfect way of marketing it is, hey, he did the same thing as Trump and Pence. That's unacceptable, right? So there's a lot of very complicated dynamics going on here. All right, let's back to the video. Okay, that's the end of the video. It was a pretty quick one there. But as I said, I can do a little with a lot. Let me keep it open. I might decide to come back to this just to give myself some flexibility. But for now, I'm gonna take that off screen, give my final thoughts, and then we'll close out. I'm gonna do a little with a lot here, but still, I think this live won't go past an hour. That's perfectly okay, because sometimes we can just come here for a little bit and then go out and get some sun. But all right, so forgive me, y'all. So I think the first thing I want to address at the end of it all is the question they were raising about whether or not the congressional leaders needed to see the documents as part of their investigation. I would think they obviously do. It's common sense. It's a no-brainer that when you're investigating a crime, you need to see all the evidence. So I don't know how you could properly judge Trump, Pence, and Biden's mistakes, whether or not they were mistakes, if you don't even see what documents they had. So that seems like a no-brainer, like from a logical and moral standpoint. But the real reason that's a debate is because, as he said in the video, they don't want the contents of those documents to get out to the public. So they're afraid that if, and again, actually, I don't know who, no, it would probably be the FBI who has the documents right now. Right? I'm guessing it would be the FBI who has the documents right now. Let me look that up. But I'm guessing it's the FBI who has the documents right now. At least they have the Trump ones because they raided him, right? But I think the FBI is afraid that if they hand over the documents to congressional leaders, then the odds that the documents get leaked to the general public are much higher, and then government secrets will get exposed. And of course, the U.S. government in general is paranoid about their secret information getting exposed, and even more so now because obviously in the last several years there have been high profile whistleblower incidents, Edward Snowden being one, Chelsea Manning being the other, and even more recently after this video went up, and after the congressional leaders finally got access to the documents, this incident in, forget which state it is, might have been Massachusetts. I think it was Massachusetts, but anyway, there was that guy who used Minecraft to leak documents. So again, lots of whistleblowers, lots of leakers, has them on high alert, so they don't want that to happen. But I think at the end of the day, they just decided, well, even though that's a risk and we're very worried about it, we just have to show these congressional leaders the documents so that they can judge how bad the infraction was. Who has the Trump document? Let's see. Okay. Well, let's look here. Interesting. So it sounds like, even based on what this is saying, it sounds like it's not normal, even while the president is in office, for him to personally keep classified documents. That's interesting because, again, president is the most powerful individual in the U.S. government, but like if intelligence agencies have info they can keep forever, but they can just show it to him, he can't keep it. That raises a question, how much influence does he really have? Obviously he has a lot of influence, but anyone who studied the U.S. government and America in general in depth know that the president is far from all powerful. There are lots of other powerful groups and individuals in this country. So I guess one question is, are these intelligence agencies more powerful than the president? Is it equal? Is the president still a bit more powerful? That's an interesting question. You can kind of go back and forth in that. What's clear, though, is the intelligence agencies have a lot of power. And, you know, they have leverage on the president. Or is this norm just in place because of their whole preserving history, preserving documents thing? They want a record. That could be it. Maybe it's a combination. I don't know. But anyway, what I'm looking for is who has the documents now. So here, at least by August of 2022, the FBI had some documents. Why is this taking me back to 2021? It's weird how they structured this article. Honestly, it might be faster if I just watch the video again. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. But from who? Wait, okay. Hold up. Okay, so might be kind of obvious. I just missed it the first time, but it sounds like the Department of Justice. So that's basically the FBI. What else is in the Department of Justice other than the FBI? Forgive me, y'all. I forget some of these details of justice. Well, I guess you also have like the Attorney General. Department is headed by the U.S. Attorney General. Right, who reports directly to the president as a member. Okay, the department comprises federal law enforcement agencies, so that's like the FBI. They list the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, the Bureau of ATF, and the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, and the Federal Bureau of Prisons. It also has 8 major divisions of lawyers who represent the U.S. federal government litigation, the civil, criminal, civil rights, antitrust, tax, environmental, and natural resources, national security, and justice management divisions. The department also includes the U.S. Attorney's offices for each of the 94 U.S. federal judicial districts. The primary actions of the DOJ are representing the U.S. government in legal matters and running the federal prison system. The department is also responsible for reviewing the conduct of local law enforcement as directed by the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994. Okay. So DOJ is broader than just the FBI. So that makes it sound like both the FBI and various government lawyers have access to the documents, but Congress itself didn't before about a couple weeks ago. Okay, but yeah, so basically those documents were circulating in the DOJ. They're going around the DOJ, people passing them back and forth, reviewing them, deciding whether or not they could charge people with a crime, whether or not they wanted to, all this stuff. Then Congress was like, hey, can we get some of those documents? Because we want to review them ourselves and see if maybe we can use it to impeach people or, just make it a big political issue, win some elections. And then the DOJ initially was like, we don't know about that. We don't want the documents to leak, right? Because then they'll know all our secrets. And then Congress is like, we understand that. We don't want your secrets to leak either, because your secrets are our secrets, right? We're both part of the U.S. government. But at the end of the day, we want to do what we do to these people, all right? So let's take a look. And then finally, DOJ was like, all right, fine, but be careful. So that's what basically happened. Okay. And I guess it remains to be seen if how much we'll find out about what was in those documents, and how much classified info will leak. My guess is that they're probably going to intentionally reveal or leak some info that'll damage whichever of those 3 they want to damage, but stuff they won't reveal so much that it really gives away their major government secrets. That's my guess, but we'll see. So anyway, that's one aspect of the story. Other aspect of the story, of course, is how this relates to the unfortunately upcoming, and again, hopefully it doesn't happen, but it's looking like it will. There's a good chance. It's one of the biggest reasons why I made this channel. It's one of the 4 main subjects of this channel. But of course, I'm talking about the upcoming U.S. Civil War, right? So how this plays into it is obviously this is just another point to fight over for the right and the left, the Democrats and the Republicans, the far right and the center, both to an extent center right, center left. You could even say far right versus everyone else. That's another thing I should break down. All the factions in the U.S. Civil War, the potential factions, right? Because they're the 2 that'll definitely be in it is far right versus center left. But the center right and the far left is kind of an open question who they'll side with. Will they pick one of those 2, or will they be on their own side? That remains to be seen, right? We could end up with a civil war between 4 different factions, right? But anyway, I'll go into that in a different video. But as it relates to the video I just reacted to here, Basically, this is just another political football for them. The Democrats are hoping they could use this to lock up or at least damage the image of Trump, who is one of the main, if not the main, leaders of the far right. But then Pence, who is kind of really a bit more center right and who they at least kind of like, got caught up in it. And then Biden, who's their guy, got caught up in it. So then, the other side, the far right, is also using this. So I think it's important to kind of watch this space and see how it'll play out, because it could end up being a major point to fight over for both sides, and it could be one of the main things that in the end sets off the Civil War, right? There's a few things like that. I think this is one of them. But that's why I decided to react to this video, right? Because at the end of the day, despite it all, the Democrats might go, you know what, let's charge Trump with something related to this documents thing, and we'll come up with some excuse to get Biden off, maybe even Pence. Maybe we could get Pence to cooperate with us on a plea deal. And then if they do that, the far right, the Celtics, those of you who've been watching the channel, that's what they are, just white tribe, will say, whoa, that's unfair, let's go to war. It all pops off. So, could be something like that, could be something similar, but slightly different. But we'll see. Anyway, it's important to take a look at. But that's all I got for you today. My laptop battery is getting low. And it's at 22%. That's an angel number. So I think that's another sign that I'm on the right path, heading out of here. Thank you all who joined me today, and thank you for all of you who watch this on replay. Again, sorry for the delay to those of you watching it live, but and maybe other people who wanted to watch it live, but I kind of missed it because of the delay. Sorry about that. I'm gonna be more clear about my scheduling in the future, and hopefully less unexpected sickness will come up. Need to get my health in order. But yeah. Anyway, before I let you go, as usual, got a few announcements. So, of course, as always, please like the stream. If you're watching it on replay, like the video. Please leave comments. What do you think about what I said here today? Please let me know. I'd like to see in the comments. And then, of course, share the video with everyone you know. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching it anywhere else, please follow the channel or account, okay? Just so you can see all of my future videos. And check out my past videos as well. Please hit the link to join my Patreon. Hit the link to join my Patreon. The link is in the description of the video. On YouTube, it's also in the about section of my account. And on Twitch, there's a button you could click to go to the Patreon. So please, wherever you are, however you do it, follow the link to join my Patreon. Please do the same thing for my email and phone list. Please do the same thing for my email and phone list. Again, the link is in the description of the video. It's in the about section of my YouTube channel, and there's a button for it on Twitch. So hit the link to join my email and phone list so you can get updates. Then also hit the link to donate. Hit the link to make a one-off donation. You can donate using PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or directly using your card. That's PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or directly using your card. Donations are much appreciated. Again, that link is in all the same places as all the other things I was talking about earlier. Description of the video, about section of my YouTube channel, and a button on Twitch. And if you donate using Twitch, you can also set up a recurring donation if you want. So please, that's much appreciated. And again, I'm Chimoge. This has been your monthly live stream for the month of April here on Chimoge's Comments America. Please check out everything else I got going on Shimoge's Comments, and please check out all my other networks as part of OG Bengoku, right? Shimoge's Comments is just one of my many networks. I also have Shimoge's Comments America, I have Ualma, and I have Unquaria. That's respectively another commentary channel, more general one. Ualma is my nature channel, and then Unquaria is my art and music network. So please check that out. Those are also on all platforms. And then also you can check out the overall OG Bengoku account. That's OZIIBENWUKU, OZIIBENWUKU. That's my general media company. Please check that out on all platforms. Again, thank you for joining me, and see you again next time.